It's Week 18 of the NFL, and we'll be watching Levante David, whose season total sits at 61 tackles coming into this one. It's the Buccaneers and the Saints, and it's coming up next.
Well, as soon as you see that pirate ship in the north end zone, you know exactly where we are. It's the home of the Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. One final time this regular season. As always, joined by Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, as we get ready to put a bow on what has been an outstanding 18 weeks of football.
And for 14 lucky teams across the NFL, Kate, this isn't the end for them. This is their last chance at a tune-up before they play on into the postseason chasing that Super Bowl ring. But for the other 18, this is it. Their final chapter. Their final chapter in a story to take the field until September rolls around again. And for some, frankly, well, this might be the last time they ever put the pads on. So leave everything you got out there and do everything in your power to go get that win in this final week.
Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off from Tampa. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They are brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
And you could feel it, Kate. He wasn't content at any point of last week's game. As he led them to a win, he kept pushing higher and higher. 300 yards, 350, 400, and he was still thriving, driving the ball downfield as the game ended with a good bit over 400 yards. With his mindset, well, that's the minimum bar for him to attack this week.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Good. What's up?
Drive starts with a carry by White. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Good.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
What's up?
Putting one of the tight ends in motion right.
What's up?
First down, here's Baker. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now.
What's up?
White trying this straight ahead. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard.
Good. What's up?
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. He puts everything behind this one. This one will be intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Saints take the field. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year signal caller.
And you wonder, as he's about to take his first snap today, yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. They'll come out throwing. Completed to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. So now a timeout for a player who was shaken up on that previous snap, and I think we can all agree, not what any of us were hoping to see as we close out this regular season. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Pass play coming here. Wright reels it in. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Tackle made by Kalijah Cansey.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Wright running out of the gun. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Lavonte David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Running back sent in motion. Throwing from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Christian is in with the INT. 40. Hits the 20. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Well, that certainly wasn't the end result he was after there, Brock. A big play to start the scoring, but we can definitely say this was not his intention, letting that pass go.
No, a lot of game left, though, and that's a positive. And you know what? He's going to have a chance to totally redeem himself after that one.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Saints and their running back about to get back to work. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting second right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Back to the air following the pick six. Has the connection to right. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
2nd and 3 now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Ready up.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Go. Set up.
They're throwing it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
See the pass, time up your hit, and sharp. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Throwing it again here. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And he breaks out the slide. Didn't want to take a hit, but he is just shy of the 1st down marker.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
3rd and just 2 to go.
60 by 6.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And now they're left with 4th and short.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
So on 4th down, out comes the son of a punter, Brad Robbins, to boot this away. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Good sec. Watch. That.
Up the middle, here goes White. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Watch out.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's on the move. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. The give now to White. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Bucks ready to send it away on fourth as Jake Camarda runs on to punt it. And this is the first time he's been called on today. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. No return on that punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. Things sure have started out rough, and they've stayed that way through 2 drives. Maybe drive number 3 here is where we see this offense get rolling. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They run it from the gun with Wright. And he'll take this up to around the 29-yard line. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Escapes out to the left. He's running for it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Running back sent in motion. That's caught by Chris Olave. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First and 10 now from the 30. They kick the running back in motion. Chased out to his right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials.
Ball start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards.
Still first down.
They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Running it after the penalty. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. Only 3 on the gain. It's now 2nd and 12.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They run again with Wright. And the hit stuffs him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. No gain on the play that time, and it'll be 3rd and 12.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
3rd and long for him here. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so is the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Is Jake Bates ready to try to knock this through. This from 40 on the right hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And he's one final strong week away from finishing as the NFL's leader in passing yards for this season. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Good. What's that? What's that?
Trying the right side with White. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. In for the tackle, that's Lucas Van Ness.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Good. Done.
The tight end going in motion right.
Done.
Mayfield now from the gun. Looking right, and he finds him. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. In for the tackle, that's Lucas Van Ness.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Good. What's that? What's that?
It's White on the give. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. No gain there, and that'll bring up 4th and a few.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
On again comes Jake Camarda to punt this away. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. Got 46 on his first punt, and this one's pushing a little more distance. Takes it in at the 26. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they're going to take over possession. Ball at the 33 for first down. Airing it out to start this drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Throwing from the gun here. Able to find right.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
So that's one quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. 7-3 is our score. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They start out 2nd and 10. Back to throw. This is complete to Olave. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll throw it again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home that sack.
Headed in the wrong direction, Brock, as they take 2nd and goal now from the 13. Trying again, following the sack. This one's caught. It's a New Orleans touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints push their lead to 3. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Buccaneers and Rachaad White ready to take over once again. And as it stands, he could close out this season as the league's leader in receiving yards out of the backfield. They've got first down from the 31.
Set. Set. What's that?
Now it's White. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down.
Set. What's that? What's that?
Baker now from the gun. That's to his back. Here's Rachaad White. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Set. Set.
Palmer coming in motion left.
What's that?
3rd and short, Mayfield. He's got Godwin working that sideline. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First and 10 from the 41.
Set. What's that?
Slot man in motion left.
What's that?
First down, here's Baker. Hauled in by Godwin. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
What's that? What's that?
First and 10, it's a give to White. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Good. What's that? What's that?
Play fake. It's Mayfield. Has it at the 7. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Good. What's that? Done.
White has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Trying again from the 2. It's 2nd and goal.
What's that? What's that?
Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. He'll get this complete to White. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
Good. Good. Done.
White. And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. Nothing on that play, and now it's 4th and goal from the 2.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
What's that? What's that?
Mayfield to throw for it. He's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers take a 4-point lead.
McLaughlin, the kickoff for the Buccaneers.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Saints are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Throwing from the gun. Polk makes the catch. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the 31. Short pass brought in. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That stop made by K.J. Britt. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Right again. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
And for the Buccaneers, it's a nickel look. Third down coming. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He's going to push one deep down the right.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Brad Robbins on the punt. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's White. And he's brought down after a short gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Good. What's that? What's that?
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. This is caught by Trey Palmer. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Mayfield now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Now, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3 and out.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fair catch made here at the 30. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be their football. Here comes the Saints offense. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. They've got 1st down from the 31.
Let's go now. Ready, go.
Here's a give for Wright. And he's tackled for a short gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Running back, motioning right. Here's 2nd and 7. Called in left side. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. They'll throw it. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So 2nd down coming up.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Hitting Olave on the slant. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now a run with Wright. And he has a gain of 4 on the run, which runs us up to the 2-minute warning. Second and 6 coming up here. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Big play got him to the doorstep, Brock. 4 more yards now in goal to go. Working inside the red zone. The Bats got it. Touchdown, New Orleans. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints push their lead to 3.
Buccaneers, 14.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now the Buccaneers set to take the field. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Good. What's that? What's that?
From the gun, Mayfield. He's going deep this time. He's got it at the 30. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
Get sick. Done. What's that?
Baker now from the gun. And a man is there to knock that away. Could not beat the defender there. And now they face 2nd down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
What's that? What's that?
Throwing again is Baker. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Good. What's that? What's that?
Baker throwing again. Complete beyond the marker. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. We have a timeout now. Medical staff out to check on an injured man. And you hate to see this in the final week of the regular season. They'll come up 1st and 10.
Set. What's that? What's that?
Mayfield to throw again. It's into the hands of White. Has some room to work. Will score. It's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers get some late points and the lead. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. So the back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers take a 4-point lead.
McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Fielded at the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Saints are going to take over now near the end of the half. And normally they'd need this out, Brock, but facing such a small deficit, good chance they try to get a field goal here before the break. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's go.
Airing it out to start this drive. This one finds Polk. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Here we go. Set. Set up.
He's going to throw this one. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage there.